Hello and welcome. My name is Amul and you are watching TubeMate. In this video, I'm going to show you how to download and install Shopify CLI for themes and apps, for Shopify themes and Shopify apps. So let's get started. You can see this is my Microsoft Windows 10. So to install Shopify CLI, we need to have Ruby and Node.js as well in some cases. So first we will go to Ruby installer. This is a website which is basically for Windows users if you want to download and install Ruby. So I'll go ahead and install Ruby, and this is okay. So this is basically the most latest one, 3. Okay, download section. You can also go to this download directly here and you can download depending on your operating system. This is 64-bit operating system on my end. So let's see. You can see this is where is it? 64-bit system type. Hope you can see it. So you can go ahead and check your system type by pressing Windows key and pause break button key on the keyboard and download the right for yourself. So basically go to rubyinstaller.org/downloads and install the most latest for your system. So I'll go ahead and download this one, Ruby with DevKit and 64-bit. DevKit is basically a package of C and C++ compilation. So many gems use native compilation of C and C++, and that's what you get with DevKit. Okay, so let's get started in a moment. Once it's downloaded, go ahead and install it. Just locate it and double click it. If you're using Google Chrome like me, just click on the downloaded package here. Or you simply go to downloads, locate the installer and launch it. Accept the license and hit to next. You definitely want to add Ruby to your execution path and hit install. So this is where if you want to rename this, you can definitely. I would go like this. So Ruby 3 is going to be in C directory. If I want to change, I can definitely do so. I'll go on tools. And so this is where I'm going to install. Okay. Do you need Ruby, RI and HTML documentation, which is basically 40 MB? I don't need it. That's just documentation. So once it's installed, we will go ahead and check what are the other prerequisites for Shopify CLI. Installation, you can see here. So requirement Ruby 2.7 or higher, partner account and development store. So in this video, I'm simply going to show you how you can install it like this. Remember, you can use Subsystem or Ubuntu VM, but I'm just going to use Windows 10. They say that you need to have Ruby and DevKit. This is why I downloaded DevKit. So if you have Ruby 2.7 or less, you won't be able to install Shopify CLI. So go ahead. If you're getting some error just because you do not have latest version of Ruby, you go ahead and uninstall your Ruby and then reinstall the latest one. And hopefully you should be able to install your Shopify CLI. This process is a bit longer than expected, the Ruby installation on Windows, so you'll have to be a little patient. The process is a bit longer, so once it's done, I'll be right back. Wherever you need any instructions, I'll be there. Alright guys, so you can see this Ruby 3.0.2 64-bit has been installed. Now you simply go ahead and hit finish, and then one installer will pop up. The sys-m-sys2 installer will pop. So you can see you have to press 1, 2 or 3. Base installation is just fine. So I'm going to press 1 and hit enter. You should get a successful message. Once you can press 1 or 2 or 3, totally up to you. Again, this is a bit longer process. Okay, so you can see it says seems to be properly installed, and you must restart your shell to check the Ruby version now. So this is basically my command prompt. Hopefully you can see it, but it's very tiny font, so I'm going to increase the font size. Hopefully you can see it now. So now if I go ahead and check the Ruby version, you get 3.0.1. This also works. Okay, so what else? We need to install CLI. So go ahead and check if you have gem. So if you get gem installed with Ruby, simply go ahead and say gem list to list all the gems installed with Ruby 3. So you can see these are inbuilt Ruby gems with Ruby 3. Now we can simply go ahead and clear the screen, gem install Shopify, and this will install the Shopify CLI. Sometimes you need to run this. Okay, so basically this is going to also install the documentation for this gem, so it will take a bit longer. Or you can simply say no document temporary enhancing path for sys-m-sys native extension. This is where the dev kit comes in the picture. So whenever you gems are trying to build the native extensions, this is when it uses dev kit package on Windows. You see it's installing Ruby, basically RI documentation for theme check, documentation for FFI, this Shopify CLI, which is just useless. You don't need documentation to be installed on the system as long as you are picking up, I guess. So you can see it's taking longer. Anyway, so what else can you do? Oh, it's installed. So now you simply go ahead and say Shopify and version. You can check. So you can see it's asking whether you want to enable usage reporting. Yes, no, totally up to you. You can press 1 or 2. No, done. Okay. 2. sometimes we just need to restart the shell and run it. Shopify version. You can see 2.5.2. So that's all you need. Shopify CLI. You can go ahead and run. Get started. These are all the usage. You can use this Shopify CLI to generate your theme, your apps, and some dummy data to your store. So you can use Node, PHP. Now you can see you got PHP, which is awesome. So Rails, these are a few options you can use. So you can use Shopify Node.js to create anything, apps or theme. You can use PHP to create theme and apps. You can also use Rails to create themes and apps. So that's all for this video, guys. If you have any questions, suggestions, leave in the comment below. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.